Welcome back to DOSEfashions Academy TV Creative Mind. Today we will be seeing the elegant draped bodice we drafted in our Drape Like a Pro tutorial. This time you will see how each pleat comes alive with a 3D contour finish that fits perfectly to the waistline. If it's your first time of being to this channel, click on the subscription button to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. If you have not seen the pattern drafting tutorial, stop this video, view it here right now to make your pattern and come back to see. I hope you have fun making this. So here is the fabric. Let's go to the fabric choice and preparation. I will be working with a satin fabric because it's soft, sheen, highlights the drape beautifully. You can also try crepe, silk, or organza if you prefer a lighter or more structured effect. Whatever you choose, stabilize the fabric and stay stitched along the neckline to prevent stretching. So I have gone ahead to lay my fabric on my table, and then this is my pattern. Remember the pattern from our pattern drafting? So I'm going to be removing all the tape that I used to secure all the pleats, so that I'm going to be spreading this pattern on my fabric just like that. So for this satin, I didn't put any stabilize under. You're going to be seeing what I'm going to be using for the strength of this project as we move along for the lining effect. So look at that now. I've gone ahead to spread this on my fabric, and then I'm going to go ahead and pin my fabric and my paper on the fabric. Yes, please, when you spread your paper, make sure you spread it, make sure your fabric lay flat. You know, we've already folded where we are drafting the pattern, so there have been some folds, so make sure everything lay flat. Spread it and ensure it lay flat, and then you pin round. Perfect. So right now we're going to begin into cutting. So in cutting this, we're just going to be leaving maybe like half of an inch while cutting this. I'm not going to be leaving any too much inches for the cutting allowance. Most of the allowance we have already added them while we are drafting our pattern. Reason why I'm going to be leaving like half of an inch for the round it's because of the cutting effect, and where I'm going to be stitching on when I want to secure all the fold lines and on the drape, because it is very important. Now there are ways, a way you can use to fold your pleats. It is by marking the lines after cutting this paper out on your fabric, or probably you do it. So I'm going to be showing you a quick hack in doing this without drawing too much lines. So this is one of the effects of also having maybe like half an inch or 0.75 round all your cutting, all your paper when you align on your fabric, just like you're seeing over here right now. Okay, so that quick hack is going to help you. Like I said, you might just use a chalk to just draw those lines of pleats so that you won't miss any pleat lines. Okay, but a quick hack I'm going to be showing you. Just stay tuned with me. I have so many hacks I want to show you in this video. Stay tuned as you get along to see the quick hack you're going to be learning in this video. So right now we're just going to go ahead to our sewing machine as we prepare our seam machine so that we can rightly fold all our pleats, so we are not going to be missing any structure or anything at all, just like we have it there. So right now on our table, we begin by folding and stitching along each diagonal line. So right now the hack is I'm not going to be removing my pattern paper. Okay, so I'm just going to be folding my pattern with my fabric. So just like we folded while we are also doing our pattern, is the same way I'm going to be folding here too. So I'm just going to be taking my 1 to go and meet my 2. So the reason why I didn't remove the paper, it is because it will be very easy for me to know my folding lines and then the pleats where it falls and all that. I don't want to miss that step. So, and I don't want too much line, maybe chalk line or anything on my fabric. I don't want too much notch as well, so I just work with my paper. That is why I left about half an inch that I'm going to be stitching on, which is not going to be affecting my paper. So after finishing this, I'm just going to remove my paper, successfully remove my paints, and then I have my paper. So right now I have not even removed any paints. I've not even removed the paints at all. The paints and everything are intact. So right now it is a quick hack, and it helps me when I'm working with my drape a lot. I hope you learned something amazing. So right now just go ahead and the same way we did earlier on when we drafted the pattern. It's the same way you're just going to be taking your 1 to your 2, your 2 to your 3, your 3 to your 4, 5 to your 6, like that. So once you have them together like that, so yours is to just go to your sewing machine now, and then you're just going to be stitching on those pleats lines so that you secure them. Okay, you stitch on the folded pleats so that you secure them. We want smooth shaping that flows naturally towards the waist. Okay, so what we want to do is folding and the stitching along each diagonal line. Okay, so we are going to secure each pleat gently. Now please relax, just calm down. No tension. The key is just control and balance. No tension at all. So just relax, just take your time. You're not making mistake, you're getting it right. Awesome. Applaud yourself. So right now, so you're just going to be taking them to meet each other like that. Now we have it like we have it on our pattern paper earlier on before. So what we're going to be doing next is we are now going to be stitching on those folded lines that we've already folded. So we're just going to be stitching it around like that. So let's move ahead to our sewing machine as we stitch right now. Aha! Great. So you can see I'm showing you the folding effect. It's still going to be the same thing. You're just going to be having perfectly on your sewing machine, on your sewing while you're done doing this. Hello, while you're making this pattern drafting, do you encounter any challenge in drafting a pattern? Before we even talk about the sewing, what was the challenge? What was the experience like drafting the bodice, draping, giving you like a 3D look-alike effect? Awesome. Trying different things, trying different designs, you're just doing perfectly okay. So right now on the sewing machine now, so I'm showing you, look at the inside. So you can see it's the same thing like what we have on our pattern when we also draft our pattern. It's still the same thing we have here. So right now is to just go ahead right now, and then we are going to be stitching on those edge lines. Like I said earlier on. Okay, perfect. So we're going to be stitching on the edge line, and then we're going to be stitching round and round and round like that. Tell me, have you ever tried a drape project before? Maybe something simple, maybe something more complex, maybe something you just love. What have you done with have you tried a drape project before? What was the experience like? What do you experience? How was it? Okay, so this is also a beautiful project. Like I said when we are drafting, I said you can have your style line any way you want on your bodies. I just show you a guide on how to have a drape bodice. So your bodice can be draped any form, any way you want it. So now while stitching this, so you're just going to take your time, and then you're going to be stitching on those folds round, just like that. The styling options and variations for this project. We have styling options and variations for this project. These drape bodies can be styled in several creative ways. Exactly. For a classy evening look, you can attach a flare or mermaid skirt. Do you want a tutorial of mermaid skirts? Let me know in this comment section. A flared, let me know in the comment section. For a modern chic top, pair it with a fitted skirt, pencil skirts, and tailored trousers. You can see that in our playlist. We've already drafted how to make a pencil skirt like a pro, and also how to draft a perfect trouser. Honestly, we are doing awesome on this channel. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch. Then you can also even extend the bodies into a peplum variation or ready to wear styles. Just like you can have a kiss pleat on the underside, you can have a goddess, depending on what you want. So depends on the effect, depends on the results you want. So as we are done doing this right now, so after forming this, so after stitching this together, this is how, so you can see that I am really taking my time in securing the pleats, because right, this is the main project for this is the main thing. This is the main thing we are doing here. So any other thing you're doing here is secondary. This is the focus. This is our focus. This is our major. It is the 3D look-alike body pleated. Okay, so we don't want to miss that drape. We don't want to miss the stitch. So I'm going to go now, and I'm going to be removing my paper from this. So after we are done stitching, now go ahead and remove your paper, remove your pins, and then detach your paper from the bodies. So I'm going to be bringing in what I'm going to be using to enhance this 3D that's going to be serving like underlay for this project, because I didn't put anything, just my satin that I use. So right now, let us quickly remove our paper from this complete, so that you're going to be seeing the effect of what we have over there. So I'm trimming this off so that I know what to trim. So I'm trimming just a little excess I have around that part. You can see that I have more excess on the other side of the armhole because I added more excess earlier on when I was cutting. If you notice on the cutting, I had more excess around that part. It was intentional. When we are cutting and are drafting, I said I cut like too much. So here I don't want to miss that, so I just had the excess. So once I have what I want, I'm just going to go ahead and then I'm just going to be removing that. So I've stitched in that too much over there, so it's just going to want to come out. But you can see, so it was easy for your paper to come out. So just maybe just little stitch, we just touch your paper. So it's a arc that has been helpful, but you can as well always draw your lines if you want to draw a line. But this has been helpful. Now look at, this is what the drape is now looking like. Awesome. You can see perfect, but it's still not giving me the feel that I want, though I'm not going to be using this basic round neckline. I want a more friendly, a more neckline that look like a scoop, or your necklines, a neckline that still come down deep a bit. So I'm going to be shaping off the neckline a bit, and then this is going to be using on my padded armhole princess seam. It is the lining underlay that I'm going to be using. To enhance this drape, I'm using an armhole padded lining underlay. It supports the upper bodice, adds up to contour around the bust, and gives lasting structure under the folds. So you can see the lining I'm using, it is padded. So this padding techniques is part of our princess seam mastering sewing class. When we teach how to sew padded princess seam, you can see I've already padded my underlay, and I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. This is if you join our princess seam class. So this, in our princess seam class, we're going to be teaching, you're going to be learning the one layer method, lace bustier sewing, all that, the yoke and the piping finishing. It's a sewing class you don't want to miss, because every designer must know how to sew that princess seam. So you guys see, I've already gone ahead to use my neckline to turn this neckline, and then boom, I have this. Just look at the beauty I have on this table there. After you might have done your neckline, you join your shoulder, you join your side. Once the plates are secured, turn your neckline, join your shoulders with your back bodice, which can be any of the style lines or basic that. So anything you want for your back, you can have it. You are free. You can choose from our playlist over there for any type of back you want, maybe the neckline, style line, the armhole, the shoulder. It depends on what you want. Join your side, press every seam open, and this will give your drape that professional molded look. So just look at the inside of the style line that we have over there. Just like I said earlier on, if you want to join this our princess seam mastery class, where I'm going to be teaching you the padding techniques, the yoke and finishing and all that, you're going to be having two sections with me, one-on-one section with me. Listen, it is flexible. Any day you are convenient, at your own convenient time and day, just let me know. And then you have access to 3 powerful videos. You can always go back to any time you want to view. Go back to that video and practice and practice and practice as a girl through every step of the way. So join in, just message DOSEfashions1@gmail.com, or you use the contact details on our bio to message us. Don't miss that princess seam masterclass. Now look at this. I placed this on the mannequin, and this is what it's looking like. So there is no bottom variation here. I just put like a key split fabric fold under it. So this is what it's going to be looking like. And if you have this right now, just go ahead and style it in a different way and different variation you want. Is this not really looking amazing? Honestly, this 3D drape project, it is beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to be using a key split under. That's why I have like a key split folded but not yet attached to it. And then I'm going to be putting a sleeve. Tell me, what kind of sleeve are you using for this project, and what kind of lower bodies are you, bottom variation are you using? Let me know in the comment section. And here's our finished project, a perfectly draped pleated bodice with a natural 3D effect, a clean inner structure, elegant, balanced, and versatile. Ready for any design direction you choose. Any design direction you choose for this, you are good to go. Uploader said. If you enjoyed this sewing tutorial, please like, comment, and share. Watch our Drape Like a Pro Pro drafting tutorial plus other style lines in this playlist. There is a playlist here now. Just watch it there and subscribe for more contour inspired lessons here on DOSEfashions Academy. Remember, every designers grow by practice. Keep drafting, keep seeing, and keep creating beauty.